Be'ez Hashem Siman Mem alHaguela, and we're talking about this problem with the Yerushalmi. The Yerushalmi says in Megillah that Megillah Esther was given by Har Sinai, and the problem with that is, then why, if it was given to Moshe Rabbeinu, so when Eliyahu and Navi went to alert Moshe of the Gzeira of Haman, why did Moshe get all scared and ask if it was made with mud or with blood? He should just tell him, don't worry, I was makabel by Har Sinai, that the Megillah Esther, it says that it's going to be. That I want to say pshat as follows: Levayar divrei Yerushalmi hanal, to explain the Yerushalmi that says that the Megillah was given to Moshe at Sinai. Al derech shekasav Ramban zal b'vsichasei al Torah, based on the Ramban and his introduction on the Torah. V'zel l'shoin kadshay, and this is the words of the Ramban. V'nireh sha'Torah haksuva bo'esh shechayra al gabe esh levana, that the Torah, as we know, Chazal say the Torah was written before the world, 974 generations before the world was created, and it was written be'esh shechayra, with black fire on top of white fire. So the makor for this, by the way, is Yerushalmi and Shkalim, Perek Vav, Halacha Aleph. At the end, right there, it says that the Torah was written in black fire on top of white fire. In any case, so the Ramban says that this Torah that was written with fire, haksiva ba ritzufa b'li hefsek tevois, the Torah was written without spaces between the words. V'haya efshar b'kriyasa shetikari al derech hashemois, that you could read the whole Torah as Shemos of Hashem. You could split the words up in different places and make Shemos of Hashem. Just like, there's a Rashi on Parshas, Rashi on Sukkah really brings down in Parshas B'Shalach, there are 3 psukim, the Shem ben Ein Beis Oisius, that thing? It says Vayisa Malachu Elokim, whole pasuk there in B'Shalach. Rashi says it's really Shemos of Hashem. If you read it, if you line up the psukim one on top of the other and you read it vertically, so there's a code encoded. There's names of Hashem in the Torah. So here also the Ramban is saying that if you cut the words up differently, you'll have Shemos of Hashem. Okay, v'haya efshar b'kriyasa shetikari al derech hashemos, and also it was possible that tikari al derech kriyasenu. We could also read the Torah the way we read it today. V'nina Torah v'mitzvahs. V'nitno l'Moshe Rabbeinu al derech kriyas hamitzvah. So Moshe received the Torah written simply, the way we read it today. V'nimsar lanu al peh kriyasa b'shemos. But it was given over through Torah Shabbat Peh to Moshe that the Torah could be read as names of Hashem. Ad kan l'shoinai. Ukehin zeh kosvu talmidei Baal Shem Tov HaKadosh b'shmoi. Baal Shem Tov's talmidim say over from him, Huva b'sefer Baal Shem Tov al Torah, because the Sefer Baal Shem Tov al Torah is not written by the Baal Shem Tov, it's written by talmidim. Shehiksha, that he asks, who zal? The l'choira yipale haloya Torah kadma alpaim shana koyim shenivra ha'olam. The Torah was written 2,000 years before the world. V'im kein eich nichtavu b'Torah Kedosha az kol hasipurim minyane brias ha'olam. How could all the stories be in there? Uminyane Adam v'Chava, the stories of Adam and Chava, Noach, Shar Dvarim, haloya dayin lo nisavu az elu advarim. How could things be written that didn't happen yet? Uviyoyster kasha also is a problem. Haloya misa ba'al le'olam b'shvil chet Adam Arishan. That the death came to the world because Adam Arishan ate from the Eitz Hadas. V'im kein ha'ech nichta b'Torah me'az u'mikedem minyane misa. How is it written in the Torah? Going Vayamas Ploini oy Adam ki yamus be'oil. Vayamas Ploini is like a story. If someone died, Vayamas Yosef, we just had in the parsha today, right? Yosef died. Whatever. That's a story. Or halacha, dinim in the Torah. Adam ki yamus be'oil. A person dies, then the tent becomes tameh. Same thing. How could that be written if there wasn't supposed to be misa? Amnam hoemes kainhu. The Baal Shem Tov answers, Ki ha-Torah ha-Kedosha b'briyasa nivra rak b'taruvas oisius. That when we say the Torah was written before the world, it means it was written with mixtures of letters. It wasn't joined up together in a word, in full words. It was just a jumble of letters. And later, when something happened, like Adam ate from the tree, and now they have Misa, then the words joined up together, the letters joined together, and it became a story. Baal Shem Tov explains now, based on this, the Gemara in Bava Basra, the last 8 psukim of the Torah, from when it says that Moshe died, there's a machlekes in the Gemara in Bava Basra who wrote them, right? One Mandi Omer says that Yoshua wrote them, because Moshe wouldn't write something that's false. And the other Mandi Omer says, no, Moshe wrote them with tears, bedema, with tears. So he explains bedema a little bit differently. He says, Kasvan bedema she'akavana miloshen dimua ve'iruv. It means it was mixed together. Meaning Moshe didn't write beferish vayomas sham Moshe. He wrote a vav, and he wrote a yud, and he wrote a mem, and he mixed them all together in a way that's unintelligible to a regular human being. And then later on, Yoshua came and he arranged them. Shahayu ksuvim be'irbuv oisius v'nitztarfu achar kach, and it was mixed. It was joined together later. V'chein kasav Baruch Tam Zal b'shem Agra. Baruch Tam was the father-in-law of Divrei Chaim, appears in the back of the Talmud Bavli, the Vilna Shas, and he brings b'shem the Gra, Zichron Livracha, that he says the Gra also said the exact same pshat. It's brought down in the name of the Gra. Okay? Ushnei Nevi'im nisnamnu b'signo yachad. You see 2 Nevi'im, 2 great people, Baal Shem Tov and the Gra, and in a way, two people on 2 opposite sides of the spectrum, right? The founder of Hasidism and the founder of anti-Hasidism, Misnagdim, right? But they both agree that that's the pshat in the Gemara. That the Torah was written in mixtures of letters, and then later on, when it actually happened, it was written down.
Baal Shem Tov and the Gra.
What did you say?
Me the Baal Shem Tov and the Gra.
Baal Shem Tov and the Gra, yeah. So according to this, we can answer our question.
And what did the father of the Divrei Chaim studies?
The Baruch Tam, the father-in-law of Divrei Chaim, was the one who brings it down. Shem the Gra. Other people also bring it down. I forget who right now, but other people bring it down. Shem the Gra. So, yeah. So now we can answer our question. What's our question again? That how could Moshe Rabbeinu have received Megillas Esther by Har Sinai and yet not know that the nes was going to happen? The answer is Ki ha-Megillah nitna b'Sinai b'tzirufei oisius levad. Hashem didn't tell him Vayihi b'mei Achashverosh. He told them, here's a whole bunch of letters. I'm not telling you how to arrange them. Here they are. Right? The nishlamu v'nitztarfu oisius al derech kriyasa b'inyan ha-nes. The letters could be combined. Well, they were combined and made into the right letters, the right words. Israel tshuva haguna. Only after the Jewish people did tshuva. After they saw the taking off of the ring, that the king took off his ring, gave it to Haman, made the gzeira, and they were full of pachad, and then they did tshuva. The alidei says zachu l'neis, and they were zachid to have a nes. Then v'az nitztarfu v'nishabu atzirufim aliderech kriyosenu. Then the letters came together, and they joined up to make the Megillah the way we read it today. L'fizeh yuvnu divrei medrash hanal. Now we know why the medrash says mashadagu v'ispalu avos ha'olam Moshe Rabbeinu olav hashalom. Mordchai tzaddik al bittul gzeira. Why were they all so afraid about this gzeira? Ki adayin lo nisgalo tzirufei ha-Megillah. They didn't know how to combine the letters on the Megillah. Al derech sipur nes, to tell the story of the nes. Okay, all right. Gam achar shenasta hanes. Even after the nes, adayin lo nisgalo lahem inyan v'toichen ha-Megillah. They still didn't know the content of the Megillah. What does that mean? So look at the Rai. V'harai mimasha kosvu zal b'mesech the Megillah daf zayin amud aleph shalcha esther lachachamim kavuni l'doiris. Esther sent a message to the sages of the time, put me down for generations, write me down in Tanakh. So, Shalchullah, they answered back, Kino at me'oreres aleinu luveinu umais. You're going to cause jealousy among the nations. Because they're going to see, look, the Jews killed 75,000 Persians, and Ad Hayoim, by the way, the Iranians, they know about this, right? So they say, look, Purim, the Jews are celebrating, look what they did. Killed 75,000 Iranians. So, basically, yeah, the וחכמים were afraid of this. They said, yeah, you're going to write down the Megillah, everyone's going to know for all the future. By the way, the Megillah you don't find in any non-Jewish history book. There's no other source for the story. So if they wouldn't have written the Megillah, they wouldn't have known about the story. It's only because they wrote it down that the Goyim know today and they can make this claim against the Jews in Iran. So, Kina at Moireres it's going to be Kina. So, Ad Shematu Loi Mikra Kasta B'Torah. Then they found the pasuk in the Torah, K'soiv Zoi Sikaram B'Sefer. B'Sefer Masha Kasta B'Megillah. Right? In the Sefer, what's written in the Megillah. So basically, until they found that, they didn't write it down. Now, the question is, what do you mean? You just said that after the Nes, all the letters got arranged into words and they knew what happened. So he says, what we see from this, they didn't know about it. Maybe up in Shemaim somewhere, the letters got arranged, but they didn't know about it. They wouldn't have a suffix about whether to put this in Tanakh. Shahari Mavur calls Zeb Megillah because it's written in the Megillah. Right? So Elamai, it must be that they didn't know. It must be that in Shemaim, the letters arranged themselves. Okay. Just one ha'ara though, maybe you could say that Chazal knew about the Sefer that was written the way it's written today with the Nes, but their suffix was whether to put it into Tanakh. Not every Sefer that's written is in Tanakh. Sefer HaMaccabim is not in Tanakh, right? Mm-hmm. So just because something is written, it doesn't mean that it's written Beruach HaKodesh.
Sefer HaMaccabim is in Aramaic, right?
Today it's...
Oh, that's Migil Santiachos, or that's something else?
Yeah, I don't know if that is. No, the Sefer HaMaccabim, it was originally in Hebrew, but we don't have the Hebrew today.
What's Migil Santiachos? Is that something else?
Yeah, it's something else. It's not. It's something written later.
Sefer HaMaccabim?
Sefer HaMaccabim is part of the Apocrypha. It's part of the Svarim Kitzonim that didn't get into Tanakh. So not everything was put into Tanakh. You see, the
Apocrypha is also called D2 Canon, right?
Maybe, yeah. No. The second canon, right? A canon is the books of the Bible. So the Chazal in Masechta Shabbos,
I think is in Aramaic.
Yeah, in Masechta Shabbos Daf Lamed, you see Chazal had a suffix whether to put Yechezkel into Tanakh. They had a suffix whether to put Koheles. So they had tinus on certain svarim. They didn't know how to answer them, and then they went and answered them up. So. Not so partial just because you have a Sefer that it's going to be in Tanakh. So maybe they had the Sefer Megillah Esther and they knew exactly what it said, and they even knew it was Sinai, but they weren't sure to put it in Tanakh. No, then I guess what the Rebbe means is if they knew it was Sinai, then they would know it doesn't go in Tanakh. Then it goes in Tanakh. All right, I don't know. Anyway, Umeata Yuvan the Tarumasan Shal Knesset Yisrael al Mordchai Haya. Now we understand that even after the Nes happened, they still had a taina. Even though they knew they still saw, even though after they saw that there was a Yeshua, that they were saved through him, they still had a taina. You can be medayik from the words, what did Mordchai pay back to me? Meaning, sarcastically, what did he pay back? How did he fix what he did? Ayin le'el. Omnam koloid shalonis galohem tirufa. That was all before they received the real Megillah. So they knew what Nes happened, but they didn't know it was Min HaShamayim. So koloid shalonis galohem tirufa v'terem shematu aremes. Before they found the pasuk b'toyer shebichsav that says k'soiv zois yikaram b'sefer. So hisrama knesset Yisrael al Mordechai tzadik. They were angry at Mordechai. They weren't comforted with the salvation that he did. Because he didn't fix the fear and the dread that they had that they were so desperate, Shagaram Yisrael, that Mordechai caused by making Haman angry. Kamash Kasav Marshal now. Okay, so Mordechai didn't fix the problem, even though he took away the Gzeira. That wasn't a complete fix of the problem. Until they found the Megillah, and then they were happy. But here's the problem. After the end of the story, but we know that Megillah is Sinai. The whole thing was prepared and was planned. They already got they found the pasuk and they understood that the Megillah was given Sinai. We say Mordechai is great, right? We say Baruch Mordechai. Gilu lanu chazal. So the problem is, now that that's the case, why do they tell us the story that they were angry at Mordechai? Why did Chazal bother saying that? Why should Hashem tell us something about that tzaddik? So he says, that the Chazal put it in the Gemara to teach us for the future. If something similar to this happens, if someone comes and makes the Jews all scared and then saves them, and then it's not Min HaShamayim. Mordechai happened to be Min HaShamayim. But let's say someone comes and makes the Arabs angry and starts a war, and then they go and they fight the war and they win the war. So
like the Satmar Rebbe says in Real Moshe, he burnt arsonist putting out the fire. He woke him in a nice, he made a fire.
Yeah, except there the arsonist didn't really put out the fire. He let the house burn down. He just saved the furniture. But we're talking even if he saved the whole house, right? But he made them scared. So that's something you could have a taina on. That's the point. That's what happened to us today. Sheyadu Yediya Brura. They knew, the Zionists knew, they knew that making the Arabs angry would be bad and would be a sakana. That they didn't want that. Jewish people didn't want the Arabs to be angry at us. Even if they're going to save us. And not only that, the Zionists made it more scary, because really, if anybody would have known the truth about the strength of the Israeli army and the Arab armies, they would have known that there wasn't much of a contest, right? Like the Rebbe says himself. No, the shot is that the people didn't know. They didn't tell that to people. They made it sound, it's David and Goliath. He's going to come and wipe out. Nasser's going to kick them into the sea. They dug graves. People say that they actually dug graves for everybody in public parks. They didn't think they would have room in the regular cemetery, so they dug. What?
No, which year?
In 1967.
Oh.
So they made the people scared. They thought it was really going to happen. They didn't think, but they made people think. V'gilu lanu Chazal. Chazal come to tell us here, the af shaloi nisgal Chazal shabi oisei ador demasha as Mordechai ha'achreach. The ad shaloi nisgal, until Chazal found out that what Mordechai did was supposed to happen in Hashemayim, ukvar nitna l'moish b'Sinai, was given already in Har Sinai. Kol ma'isa nesu ma'isa Mordechai abahaman ha'egadol tarumasam alav. They had a great taina on him. Al Shagira as Kasvei Haman, because he aroused the anger of Haman Arasha, Lahachnis B'Sakana as Kol Yisrael, to make the whole Klal Yisrael angry at them. To make the whole Klal Yisrael go into immediate sakana. And you can't make up for it, even when you save them. Even though he himself was the one who saved them, and he did things to take away the Gzeira. The Yidden at the time protested against Mordechai, the Tarumis, because he caused pain and fear to the Jewish people. They said, you can't make up for that fear that you caused us. That's what Chazal is teaching us. even if the people actually save you. They come, they start a war, and then they fight the war and they save you. They're not considered like real saviors. If they're the ones who arouse the anger of the enemies, and they put the whole Jewish people in danger. That's not the right derech in the Torah. But rather, what is it? The Torah says, don't cause danger to begin with. Don't put yourself in danger and then save. Just don't cause the danger.